New at 10, they have stepped up, gone where most Americans won't ever go, honoring their oath, serving this country, risking life and limb. Tonight, many St. Louis veterans and across the country are being slighted. For some, their lives are actually threatened.
And it's all because of a problem in St. Louis. A federal facility in North County, which houses critical documents for those who have served, has been shut because of the pandemic. And the problems from that are snowballing, causing vets an unexpected fight.
It's only made things worse, the closing during this pandemic.
For years, Marine Corps veteran Chris Fischer has had problems getting vital records for his disability claims from this large facility on Page Avenue.
Both my service record book and my medical records, and I've not gotten anything back.
The number of requests for records is growing, creating a massive backlog at the National Personnel Records Center, which was closed because of the pandemic.
Nationally, to think that there are some 500,000 and growing veterans that are in waiting queues trying to get their documentation, it's not okay. And it's not how we should be treating those who have sacrificed so much for our country.
The facility is filled with military personnel documents necessary for getting medical benefits, disability compensation, and other essential services. The hundreds of workers in charge of those files have been off the job for months, but this letter by Congress is pressing to change that.
What we have asked the archivists of the U.S. and the Biden administration is to come up with a plan so that they can open up safely. If that means increasing vaccines, working overtime, we have put money towards this.
Missouri Congresswoman Ann Wagner and 200 other members of Congress signed this letter that calls for the center to operate at maximum capacity. But according to the NPRC website, as of now, only 20% of its workforce is back on the job.
It's not sufficient enough. Again, the response that I've been receiving from the National Personnel Records Center is that it could be up to 18 to 24 months before they resume normal operations.
Wagner says Congress is prepared to provide more resources if necessary to help the facility clear the backlog. But she says this situation has made one thing clear.
This record center must be digitized. And we're going to work with the archivists, with the Secretary of Veterans Affairs and the Biden administration.
I would like to see them maybe put some capital into hiring people to transfer that data to get the system, even in the military side of things, more electronic so that we're not shuffling papers.
The bipartisan letter asked leaders of the National Personnel Records Center to send a report to Congress by this Friday outlining how it plans to clear the backlog. And I also received a reaction to this from Illinois Congress members Mike Bost and Rodney Davis. You can see what they had to say right now on the KMOV News app.